My brothers and sisters, what's up? Elijah.
Revolutionary, frontline standing, solitary, mind state, kind of scary. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and put me on the front.
What up?
Put me on the front line. Put me on the front line.
I love that song. I love it. How's everybody doing today? Woo, what's going on, my brothers and sisters? I'm so glad that you're here. We're gonna dive right in, man. I don't know how much time y'all got, but I'm snowed into the den. It's crazy right now. How many of you are dealing with some weather? Yeah, it's freaking nuts, man. You don't get snow in Oklahoma. This is the worst winter they've had in 40 years. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm ready for you. I do have a couple of things to ask of you, my brothers and sisters, as we get dove into today. I want you to take a screenshot. If you can move yourself over. I got a bunch of you on here. I want you to take a screenshot of what you're seeing and post it in Car Sales Nation, okay? Because you're the 1%ers. Little picture of all this, post it. I'll give you a free training that no one has access to right now that Andy did that we are going to be selling in probably a couple months. It's a badass training, but I'm going to send it to you, okay? The reason why I want this done is because there's a lot of men and women that struggle out there with mindset. There's a lot of men and women, my brothers and sisters, that struggle with getting out of their own damn ways to start having success in this business. And I think that if they see people doing the work, taking the time out of their day to train on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays to get after it, maybe it'll incentivize them to get out of their own damn way and invest $25 damn a week for mindset, motivation, marketing, Andy Elliott. So I really do appreciate it. Let's flood Car Sales Nation with a lot of love and let's get after it, you guys. So let me make sure this is recording. Perfect. Okay. So today, last week, or week one, we covered the power of not giving a of what your people or people think about you. Week two, we discussed dealing with your demons. And I had a bunch of you reach out because it resonated with you. Am I right or right? You know what I'm saying? So we're getting after it today. Today is the secrets to high level of production. And I went about this two different ways. I'm going to share with you what I've done in the last year in story form. I got some parables that I'll be sharing with you, but also how I've instilled in my life and instilled it in automotive sales pros that are training with us right now. We got a lot of brothers and sisters coming out of the woodwork. I see some people on here right now from Kevin Martin and I, we've been doing this a long time. Kevin took a little bit of his time to get out of his own way. Kevin finally has invested in himself. I'm proud of you, Kevin. Andrea Armstrong, she'll be at a seminar. Mike, what's up? Brandon Fletcher, the championship belt. Jennifer. But I have a massive amount of love for all of you. And I think you know that. If we don't know each other on a personal level, we will sooner or later. It's only a matter of time. But I do care for you. So in this training, I got my outline again for you guys. You know I like me some flashcards. It keeps me in line. Because if I don't have these, we'd be all over the place, my brothers and sisters. So I got my flashcards. We're going to dial this in today. So let's get into it. How many of you right now can show me your goals? Just raise your hand. I don't need to see them. But how many of you have access to your goals on your phone, in your back pocket? How about this? How many of you have goals for this month, the next 6 months? Okay. See, I like some of you being honest. Okay. Let's get some goals written down. Okay. So this is a millionaire mindset that I wanted to share with you because I think it's very important about visualization in your goals. All right. I've made millions of dollars in this business. Millions. Think about that. But I am not a millionaire. Why? I can go into why. I know why. Now that I've reflected on myself and have done a deep dive, I know why. Why is Andy Elliott and Jacqueline Elliott multimillionaires in the same amount of time that I've been doing this, that they've been doing this? What separates the two? Visualization, mindset, big, scary goals. These goals so big that normal minds can't comprehend it. But I wanted to share that with you because as we dive into this training, I'm going to walk you down the secrets, hacks to high-level production. Okay, my brothers and sisters. So let's get into it. There are two types of people in this world. Okay, two types. I'm going to write this down, take a picture of it, send a pigeon carrier. There are two types. There are energy producers and there are energy demanders. Okay, you are on this call. You are an energy producer. You wouldn't be on this call with me every week if you weren't an energy producer, someone that puts in a massive amounts of effort to get out of life what you want. The energy demanders are the ones that suck energy from you. They could be a form of a bad customer. It could be that minimum wage employee that works 6 hours a day, 30 hours a week. It demands $15 an hour for a service that's not worth more than $9. It could be whatever it wants. But today I want to cover energy producers and why it's so important you understand this as logical thinking and how men and women that are energy producers are taking over the world. Energy producers run this world, okay? From the companies that produce oil, electricity, taking electricity from the sun and putting it into solar panels, the energy producers run this world. Look at Rockefeller. How many know who Rockefeller is? Started out with what? Coal and oil? I mean, his net worth by now would be $1 trillion. Rockefeller ran on being an energy producer. You know, we're in Oklahoma right now, and it's negative 15 degrees out with wind factor, and the power company shut off our electricity yesterday. I'm like, what the hell is going on? A rolling blackout because there's not enough energy. Now that's power. When they can walk in, I pay my bill every month. They can walk in, shut off my power for 5 hours in the freezing freaking cold because they decide there's not enough energy to go around in the state of Oklahoma. I don't even know how that works. But that's power you can't pay for. That's an energy producer. I'm going to teach you guys today how to be an energy producer every day in your life, the way Andy Elliott and Jacqueline Elliott have instilled it in me. Because one, you can look at me and you know my story now, and you have two opinions of me by now. I can go all in with this guy, which I think you will because you're here, or he's full of shit and I'm not going to listen. But these are things that I've done, implemented, and I put myself through the grindstone, and I want to share with you the story of how we get it done, because we're not about making excuses and we're not about living or surviving on a day-to-day. Here's a great example of an energy producer. Andy Elliott has a master closer seminar. How many have been to him? Oh, over half. Great. I know. I see you guys. Okay. So those of you that have been to a master closer seminar, they're 9 to 5, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Andy comes in, and it's not all hype. It is a massive amount of value that you retain to where your brain starts to hurt because it's like drinking from a fire hydrant. Andy is an energy producer because everybody at the end of that seminar sees, man, we were here from 9 to 5 training and automotive sales training. It felt like 25 minutes. How many of you felt that way? Johnny Velati's like, yeah, man. Like I show up to those seminars every month, and I cannot believe they're 9 to 5. It seems like 30 minutes to me. So that's an energy producer, okay? That's someone that takes a massive amount of energy, immerses it onto his people to get a result that he wants, okay? And at some point, the energy that you demand or the energy that you produce must always be higher than the energy you demand to have a successful life. Sorry, the internet's weird right now with this weather. It says I'm lagging. Am I lagging right now? I apologize if I am. I'll get you the recording. The recording won't lag. It'll be in the membership area. So what I've found is to be highly successful, you have to be an energy producer. It's a part of our culture. It's a part of our life. It's a part of our tribe. It's a part of how we built Car Sales Nation. Those of you that have been in Car Sales Nation since the beginning, I see some founding members in here. Remember the hate and the laughter we used to get when I used to go live and tell everybody, welcome to the automotive movement a year ago when we had 60, 70 members, and they would laugh and I'd kick them out. And we'd go back down to 30, and we just slowly kept kicking them out and growing and scaling. And now we have almost 6,000 members. I'm not saying there's not haters in there. They slip in. But the energy producers get what they want out of life. They have goals, they have visions, they schedule, they time block. And today I want to cover all that with you so you can truly understand how special this industry is. And it's the greatest industry I've ever been a part of. And it's absolutely wonderful. So If you spend a majority of your time producing energy, you're going to have massive amounts of results. High energy producers, so you guys know, aren't liked by energy demanders. Yeah, they're not. Do you know who they are? They're your bosses that tell you to back it down. They're your bosses that tell you, hey man, you're too much. Take a chill pill. No, man, if I wanted to chill, I'd look like you. I don't want to chill. I want a great life. I want a life going to the top. I want a life full of excitement. I want a lifestyle that's not survival. See, I coach and train too many men and women in the beginning that have been here for so long. You've been in the auto industry over a year, let alone, I won't get into the men and women 5, 10, 15 years in that I'm training that are paycheck to paycheck. You're fucking broke still? Come on, this is the greatest industry in the world. And I apologize for the F-bomb, Jeff Middleton. Are you on here? I'll donate to the cause, my brother. I do apologize. I just get a little passionate. Jeff Middleton's he's my buddy. He keeps me in line, make sure I watch my F-bombs. Sorry, I won't do it again. But I'm being serious. These are the men and women, the energy demanders are going to take from you. They're going to take your energy. They're going to tell you to back it down. They're going to tell you don't need to be like this. They're going to tell you to stop doing these great things. You know why they do that? Because they look at themselves and realize that, hey, these excuses that I'm telling myself are excuses from stopping me to live a great life. And if I quit making excuses, I can go be that way. So they suck it from you. They try to take it from you. And it's just not something that I'm a big fan of. So as our energy producers, they take from you. I need you to make sure that you can wrap your mind around what I'm saying today to go all in on yourselves to ensure a great life, because we're going to go and put it down in sections today, you know, a formula to where we can break this down to ensure greatness. And what I've found is that the gap is so wide open right now in the auto industry between the demanders and the producers that it's ours for the taking. There are very, very few men and women doing high level shit in this business right now. It's another one, damn it. And high level stuff to where you can really take over the market. I'm talking, what's your vision? Is your vision to be a manager? Is your vision to, and I'm going to get into this, become part of the Elliott group? What is it for you? I'm being dead serious. What is it for you? If you took me back to 19 when I decided to change my life, and then 7 months later, I'm aligning with Andy, and here we are on a Zoom call with men and women across the country that believe the way we believe, think the way that we think, and want all in on themselves and know that they're worth more and the value of their life is priceless. You're an energy producer. Don't let these men and women, the demanders, suck it from you. I can't have it. So now that we're going to go all in, just let them label you. Don't let them, I mean, you can let them label you. Don't let that label that they put on you, you know, affect you in any way, because you guys are special. You're here. We're on this call together and we're just going to get after it. Okay. So on this call, we're going to talk about how to really transform your life. This is week 3, okay, of 8 weeks. After the 8 weeks, I'm going into something special, a couple of the things that I've learned in entrepreneurship. So I really want to help you scale and grow, because a lot of you I know, like we got Corey Xerius, the Brendan Browns of the industry, Greg Sosa, he's coming back on. I watch you very closely, just so you know. If you're on this call, I pay attention to you and your life. Call me a weirdo, but I want to know that you're okay. You take the time to invest in me and take an hour out of your day every Wednesday. I'm taking my time to ensure. So when I see things happening, I reach out. There's a reason why. I watch y'all like you watch us, right? This is a partnership. This is a brother and sisterhood. We take this stuff very serious. So the high producer mentality, energy producers, right, are producers that know what they want and they're in demand. Okay, you're in demand for your life. You're in demand for control, and you absolutely need to take ownership of what we're going to go over. And like we talked about last week, just give me the benefit of the doubt that this works and go all in on yourselves, because at the very end, I'm going to ask you to do some homework, if that's fair. When was the last time anybody done homework? I'm going to ask you to do some homework, okay? So let's get started. A couple of things that we're going to cover. We're going to go over how to show up in every aspect of your life, because how you show up in some aspects or one aspect of your life is how you show up in everyday aspects of your life. And this is important because a lot of you, we have these streaks of greatness. We go up, we go down. How many of you feel that? You go up, peak, and then you go down. What if we eliminated that out of your life? What if we were able to show you a way, and I know your brain is processing in this 3 ways. I'm in, he's full of shit, and I don't really know if I can believe this guy right now. But what if we could show you a way to where you are constantly on? What if there was a way and tricks and through this course of this seminar, this Zoom call, that I can show you what I've done to personally ensure? Now, are you going to have tough times? Yeah, it's life. Embrace it. But instead of freaking out and going to survival mode and getting scared, what if we pack the brain with so much positivity and brain power that you're prepared for what's happening? It's almost like predicting the future. Who would be down for that? Who would be interested in hearing this, right? So what I'm saying to you, this is just for argument's sake, just agree with me and know that I'm right. Just that's all I'm asking. I know that's a lot because we're going to cover at a high level, but just know that I'm right. We're going all in on this, okay? So who you are in any part of your life is the aspect. So what we did is we have a group of men and women right now that are coming to the Elliott group, okay? And Andy's very selective of who he brings on into the company. And I'm sharing this with you. He's going to announce it later, but we have a group that we've been watching very closely. 2 of them are on here, I think. And so what we've been watching is, who are they when things get tough? Who are they on social media? And when it comes down to doing the work, what kind of performances are they willing to put in when things get tough? This has been a 7-month process watching these men and women, and it's been special. It's been really cool to watch them grow, go through adversity. Andy's given them challenges, not knowing, hey, listen, they knew nothing was on the line to come work for this company. Nothing, zero, was never even talked about. But as we grow and scale as a company, who best to fit within the company than the men and women that have been to multiple seminars, have taken all the training, are working in the auto industry and selling cars at a very high level? Who's best to represent this company for the new men and women that are coming into our culture? So as we watch them grow and grew with them and watch them, they're now here, part of this company. A few of them are on here. Some of you know what you went through. Some of you know the tests that Andy's called you and say, hey man, why don't you try doing this? That was to see if you were going to implement it. Were you an energy producer, or were you all taught? Were you a demander? Did you just demand something, or did you want greatness but not go out and produce the energy that it would take to do so? So I wanted to share that with you because there's a reason why we do the things that we do in our lives, to ensure that we can produce maximum amount of energy for all of our people, okay? Because the demand that we have in our lives to produce at this level, you know what the number one thing men and women that are coming after the Elliott group look for? Us to fall off. They look for the kink in the armor. The kink in the armor. They look for the discipline to slack, to fall. They're waiting for us to fail. I've heard it. You guys can't keep up at this pace. You can't keep doing the way that you're doing. Well, I have something for you. When you're an energy producer and you have it time blocked and you have it on a calendar and you are all in on yourself and you don't give up what anybody thinks about you and you worry about you and your tribe members, it's amazing how powerful you can become when this mind is fortified to where nobody in the dealership's messing with me. Listen, guys, when I get to go to travel with Andy, the first thing I do is I get tested by these owners and GMs and their sales managers. Can't close the deal. I want you to take this one out. Big guy, you work for Andy. Boom, I'm a product of the training. I lock down 99% of everybody that I go against because I'm a product of the training. I study the training. I study the material. I go all in on the mindset. You know, my pennies compared to Andy's hundreds of thousands of dollars in self-development is what I'm giving back to you. So immerse yourself in it. Because as we grow and scale, it's getting crazy. We're reaching out to men and women across the country that are doing the work. And I'm telling you, what I'm going to share with you today will completely change the game for you. So I'm proud of you. And let's get you in here for a minute here. Okay. So one of the things that we focus on within the company, and I want you to focus on it for yourself. Okay. You're the investment. I want you to focus on optimal health. Okay. I don't know what that means for you. I'm not sure what optimal health would mean to you, but here's what it means for me. Living my best life, I have to take care of my body, okay? Because a healthy body can support the healthy mind. The mind can break the body. Would you guys agree? The mind will break the body. If you don't have the body that the mind can break, I mean, you're done. But if you put in alignment the body, and then you learn how to test your mind and go all in on yourselves and dominate it, you will absolutely crush this game called life. And these are the hacks, tricks, the energy producer strategies that we're going to cover, because it's an absolute grind out there, you guys. It's a demand that we have to, it's a demand that you should put on yourself to want to grow and scale. And so some of the things that I think about is, Andy's company, this business that I'm in right now, this beautiful, beautiful tribe of men and women. What would happen if Andy were to go away? What would happen if Andy were to die? Okay. I don't know why I think that way, but I do, because I've seen it happen. Am I enough energy producer? Can I carry the load? Do we have the team right now to carry the load? Would the company stay around? What do you guys think? The master closure seminars be the same? Can I control a room the way Andy controls a room? Do we have an infrastructure of energy producers to keep this legacy going, to be here for our people? I don't know. And I'm thank God that I don't have to know. But I live with that scared paranoia, that fear. And that's what drives me to become better. That's what drives me to push all in on you all. That's what drives me when you guys call me and they're like, man, I ain't calling Sean to feel better, because that conversation doesn't go well. We stop now and we move forward in a direction to help you get out of your own way. So the reason why I wanted to share that with you is because we have a way of getting people out of their own way, removing the friction. This company has a leader in Andy and Jacqueline Elliott like nothing I've ever seen. One, the couple they are, I've never experienced anything like it. I've never seen drive, just driven pursuit to excellence ever in my life. The switch is on, it's go time. But I wanted to share that with you because as I push you, as I expect from you what I expect from myself, I want you to start thinking yourself as an energy producer and not a demander. Quit demanding things from people. Be that leader. Be the force of action that they go to and they go, man, you know what? Like Johnny Vellotti. Just got to meet Johnny for the first time. Johnny, I know Johnny now. I know how Johnny runs his BDC. I know how Johnny runs his company. I know why Andy's been paying close attention to Johnny Vellotti for the last 6 months. Okay? I've been watching him for the last 2. I got to meet him last month. There's a reason why. He's relentless pursuit with his energy and his drive to serve others. Okay? And so as we grow and scale, I want you to know that we have a team that is growing and scaling, and we're here for you at a very high level. And furthermore, I want to share with you this. As I talk about Andy's company, Steve Jobs, who knows who Steve Jobs is? Yeah? Did anybody know his bio? What kind of man he was to work for? Crazy, right? He's the highest level of energy producer in the world. The highest level. And I compare Andy to Steve Jobs because when I hear Steve Jobs' bio, and then you know what happened with Steve Jobs, right? Does everybody know what happened with Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs passed away, had cancer, I believe. Has Apple produced a single piece of content worth anything since Jobs moved on and went to heaven? No. They have not come out with a single piece of equipment worth mentioning. And the only reason why you all even wear the Apple watch is because it's from Apple. It's not that great of a watch. Am I right or right? Yeah, because Steve Jobs created that. But since he's left, he hasn't produced a piece of content worth anything. Apple has not. They have stayed stagnant. They're not moving the needle. And in fact, their competition's starting to creep on them. That's the importance of someone that is an energy producer and can put and immerse himself onto men and women at the highest level. And that's the expectation I want you to have. So I hope as I speak in these, I just learned this word the other day, these parables, these stories, that it resonates with you. So here's what we're going to get into. That's the Apple Watch. A morning routine of an energy producer. I think this is important because a lot of you ask me this. What is your morning routine? The morning routine is relentless, okay? And it has to be, here's why. Because once that brain wakes up, the brain just went to sleep on you, right? And it, in the first time in my life and in your lives now, it is demanding what? It is demanding sleep. It is demanding rest so you can then in turn turn it back on to go produce the energy. So now that your brain's kicked on, your mentality is ready to rock and roll. I want to go over my morning routine that's very specific. I had a lot of help with this routine when I started partnering with Andy. And It has nothing to do with the Bible, so you can take it any way you want. But the morning mental, I call it a mental conditioning, because I know what you all go through, and we're going to touch base on it. The morning mental conditioning is savage. Okay, you have to be. Why? Because I want you to prepare, but for what you're going into. If I can teach you how to prepare for your day before your day even starts, you're just gonna, you're gonna have a shield on the entire time, and anything that comes your way, you're gonna knock it out of the way, and you're gonna keep going through it. So I read every morning. Right now, I'm on a Proverbs kick. Now, Proverbs was put into the Bible because of King Solomon was one of the most wealthiest men in the world. I mean, this guy had barter deals with Cleopatra. He is, he's worth more money than Apple, Facebook combined. And this was the wealthiest king. King Solomon was the wealthiest man in the world. I read Proverbs because it slowly over the last 6 months has rewired my mind on money, thinking, and it has calmed me down in a demeanor. I'm telling you guys this. You can say whatever you want. Oh, that's some hocus pocus. Now I'm telling you, start reading Proverbs. It's in the Bible. It was put into the Bible. Proverbs has nothing to do with the Bible or Jesus or anything like that. Proverbs were put into the Bible because of who King James was, or King Solomon was. And it's absolutely crazy to listen to this man's word and how he did things. It's powerful. So I would say that's me. There's other books out there like Napoleon Hill. I forgot the name of it. Outwitting the Devil. That's a good one. That's a good one for business and spiritual. Okay. And the reason why I do this in the morning now instead of getting on my phone, because first thing I used to do, I get on my phone. My alarm goes off. I grab my phone. I roll over. I start doing my thing, checking on my people, checking my text messages. And guess what? A shitty message comes in that's negative or something that I wasn't ready to deal with. And I immediately associate pain, frustration, anger, stress when I'm just waking up out of bed. Stop doing it. Go away from your phones. The biggest thing, if you were to just have your alarm go off and shut it off and then sit there and wait and do nothing, you're better off than getting on that damn phone and scrolling Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. I highly suggest you read something positive. I want you to fill your mind with positivity. Don't listen to something that I may have done, or don't listen to anything with swear words like that, Jeff Middleton. Don't listen to anything with swear words. I don't want you to get amped up. I want you to get into a positive state. Someone that is relaxing to you, but has positive intent. You know, I read this thing from Joel Osteen, Recreating a Man. Joel Osteen, I didn't know who Joel Osteen was until a year ago. And I'm not going on preaching or Christ or religion right now, but there's some good word by men and women that are within the culture of Jesus or have faith. You know what I'm saying? It just helped. It's helped me with my anger. The greatest thing I ever was told by a man that has nothing to do with counseling was, it's okay to be angry, dog. How you control it and what kind of energy producer you become is what counts. I'm like, dude, I like you, man. It's okay to be angry? Dude, cool. Finally, first person that ever told me that. And so I resonated with that. So I'm giving you this because if I can get you into a positive state right when you wake up, guess what's going to happen to the day? Stuff's going to move out of your way, and we're going to absolutely dominate, and negative things are going to happen. What kind of negative things are you going to walk into right out of the gate? You get to work, boom, you need tips. There's an unwind. Customer complaining about the interest rate. Customer blowing out of finance. Service customer. Managers. Finance managers. I know your prima donna finance managers don't do the shit they should be doing every day. I get it. But if you deposit these I call them mental vitamins, positive vitamins into your brain, and you pack it up before your feet hit the floor, I'm talking in bed chilling, reading, put that book on the nightstand, put the notes in your phone. And I prefer a book versus a screen. Turn your night light on if it's still dark. But I'm talking about in bed, dig into that positivity. You will find yourself in 30 days feeling differently, thinking differently. And anybody who can resonate with this, give me a hell yeah or a wave, because if you're doing this at some level, you know the difference in the way you feel. It's real. I didn't know this. I was a wanderer. I got out of bed until I met Andy and Jacqueline. They helped me with this. Okay. I got out of bed. I was running 1,000,000 miles an hour. I was making 300 grand running a store. I got out of bed, barely kissed my wife. I'm out. Gone. Next, I got to get to the dealership. The dealership's not going to be there if I don't get there. And I lived that way for years, you guys. If I would have known this, my gosh, I'd be a millionaire. I wouldn't have made millions of dollars to not have millions of dollars. okay? So this is really serious stuff. You guys start putting it into your game plan, packing your brain with the mental vitamins, and then quit making excuses. Average people will not do this. Okay, think about that. Average people will not do this. They won't. They're not going to. Why? Because the excuses they tell themselves and get through life are easier than the discipline it will take to get this done. This ain't easy. And it's not for everybody. It's for the people that are on this call because you pay to be here. This is for my men and women that I now scale, and Andy and I have private coaching, which you guys will learn as you grow with us on the side. That's something different than this. But the men and women that are plugged in at the high level with Andy are huge earners and growing. Not about the money, the men they are, the women they're becoming, the partnerships they're having, relationships with spouses and partners and kids and employers and taking over dealerships. I've never seen anything like it. We're talking about a bunch of car guys and girls, okay? The men and women that are looked at in this industry and saying, oh, you guys are fucking scumbags, you rip people off, blah, blah. I just don't listen to it. What I am seeing in the last year of my life has opened my eyes to this industry more than the last 20, and it's special. So I ask you, go all in on yourself. No more excuses. The average do this. So we talked about positivity, no more swearing. Okay, there are two switches. I wanted to cover this because I think this is cool. Andy told me Andy goes, man, you go, when I first started training with Andy, he goes, man, you kind of, you have these great moments and you're motivated, and we talked about drive and motivation and drive. He's like, man, just remember this. There's two switches, on and off. And the only time you're off is when you're sleeping. Think about that. What if you conditioned your mind to the only time that you were off is when you're sleeping? That's it. You have a calling, my brothers and sisters. You have a calling. And if you don't consider the automotive industry a calling, maybe you rethink it. Take a deep dive into what you're doing. You help men and women get to work. And I'm serious. I think it's serious. You make decisions for people and get them to get into cars that will get them to work, that keeps their family safe, that gives them a lifestyle. Some people will buy a truck just to feel better about their shitty life. And you're helping them with that decision. That is a calling to me. I had a calling. I wasn't getting out of the car business, my brothers and sisters. I wasn't looking to Andy to come work for him. I paid Andy a lot of money to learn how to run a dealership at a higher level. I love this business. This is the greatest industry in the world. I've been in it since high school. Okay? But here we are, and you got to understand, you have a responsibility as a man or woman in this business to own it like a calling. And I'm sorry you're not aligned with your dealerships and they don't feel this way. Move on. Relocate. Reach out to people within the group. Relocate states. How crazy are you willing to get for your freaking success? How crazy? I'm willing to locate. I relocated to Oklahoma. It don't snow in Oklahoma, my ass. I can't even get out of the lion's den today. I mean, it's coming down right now. I'm like, dude, how am I going to get home? I almost got stuck getting here, So how crazy are you? I came to Norman, Oklahoma when we didn't have a company. Andy had 20 people show up to a master closer seminar and we had no courses. I believed in a vision. I believed in a man when he told me, Sean, we're going to take over the automotive industry and change the world. I went, yeah, baby, yes, we are. And everybody went, dude, you guys are crazy. You ain't doing shit. It's not possible. Car salesmen and women don't think this way. Look at us now, my brothers and sisters. We're on a Zoom call for an hour. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. Here we are, the elite coming together. We have people in this group I'm watching that I know three of you are relocating states right now. I'm not going to share who you are because it's not my business, but I know who you are. I know you right here. And yep, three of you are relocating states right now as we speak because of Andy Elliott and the mindset shift. We need to think bigger. Okay. Talked earlier. How many of you have access to your goals right now that you can read them? How many of you have them? You need to think bigger. You need to write your goals down. Okay. And this is one thing I wrote down. Weekly, daily goals, whatever it is. Here's what I want you to do. I wrote this down because I started doing this about 4 months ago. Write your goals down for a week. Now that I have a team, underneath me that work for me directly and answer to me. I know that sounded weird, not answer to me, but they're my partners. But I hold them accountable at a high level. Okay, very high level. They have now found out how relentless I am. They know it's not just show on social media, and my workouts aren't just for, whatever that, I have people say, oh, you don't do that. You don't keep up with that shit. Well, these boys know now. It's no joke. This is my life. Okay. And this is how I started doing it. I wrote down my goals weekly, daily, the hardest ones first. The hardest ones first. So my weekly goals are about 25 to 30 goals. One, Jacqueline, and I categories. Jacqueline Elliott has certain things I need to get done. Andy Elliott has certain things that I need to get done. My team now has things that I have to get done. I categorize my goals and I write them the most difficult to get done, the ones that suck the most and are going to be the toughest, and I knock those out first. And then I go down in order up to 30, and at 29 and 30, yeah, I'll get to them when I get to them, but they're not that important, but they will get done. Knock out the whole hard goals first, please. That way, when procrastination comes in and the mindset of, oh, maybe I'll wait and do that later, we can talk about that here in a minute. We don't do that. And again, average people don't do this. You know why? Because what they do is they do the easy goal. And once that easy goal is obtained, they feel good about themselves and they call it a day. They're like, dude, we're done. We're cool. I just did my goal for the week, the month. I wrote it down. I feel better about writing it down, but they never implement it. Average people will not do this. That's the edge up on your competition 100%. Constant motion. Write this down. Constant motion. This is how we're going to build. This is how we're going to build a mindset that is unbreakable, is constant motion. Okay. It's going to be with your energy. It's going to be with your physique. It's going to have to do with your stamina. Okay. Constant motion. Once my feet hit the ground after my morning routine, my feet hit the ground, I go. Keeping up with Andy and Jacqueline is freaking very hard to do. They're nonstop. Okay. So when my feet hit the ground, after I get out of bed, I move. Okay. And not only that, but I also have my wife I have to pay massive attention to. I have my children. And it's very important. Listen, guys, gals, my brothers and sisters, if you don't categorize this and get your hard stuff out of the way and time block and schedule, it's very hard to live elite life, let alone the money and everything else that comes with it. Because money, hey, listen, the great philosopher, what is it, Jay-Z? I love the man. More money, more problems. I think that was him, right? Or was that P. Diddy? That was P. Diddy. Great philosopher P. Diddy. More money, more problems. You just show up in cooler shit, okay? So the reason why we do this is to become elite and have that elite lifestyle. But once your feet hit the ground, you move, you go. That's what I love about sharks, the bad ones, the great whites, the hammerheads. They constantly have to move or they die. Think about that. The shark constantly has to be moving, creating energy, or they die. There'll be a bunch of sharks. Outside of the lion, I think a shark is a great animal. So what does that mean for you, constant motion? What are we going to do? Are you going to follow the routine in the morning? Once your feet hit the ground, you're gone. You start, great. Now you're at the dealership and life is hitting you in the mouth. You got punched by some negativity. You got your brain fortified. You can handle it. What's constant motion for my automotive sales pros? Here's one: posting cars, taking pictures, editing your pictures, getting them online, writing your descriptions, hustling the service, owning the phones, social media videos, social media content. If you don't know how to post on your social media, you need to reach out to me because we have the 4 method of post. It's M3, the media 3 method. 3 platforms that you own, that you want to run on, and what to post on 3 times a day. The 3 platforms and the 3 postings. This made me millions for a dealership when I was running the BMW store. Okay. And now what? Facebook groups. Which ones are you going to hit? What's your message going to be? Creating all this content. You got to do the work. That's why it's called constant motion. And guess what happens when you create constant motion? You have energy. That's why I work out in the morning. When I work out in the morning, I get the energy going. I get the blood flowing. And when you get out of bed, you hit the floor after your positivity morning. You hit the gym, and then you hit the work because you just packed your brain with vitamins and positivity. Well, once you create the constant motion, you don't not have energy. When do you not have energy? You don't have energy when you sit behind your desk and go, man, there ain't nothing going on. What am I going to do? That's when I start feeling lame. That's when I start getting slow. That's when I start feeling tired. Anybody ever in the middle of running 1,000,000 miles an hour ever feel down? No, you don't feel down. It's constant energy. All right, because you're energy producers. You're constantly in motion. If you're constantly moving, your brain's constantly running, you're working out, you're taking care of your body, you're starting out your morning with a spiritual routine or a positive routine, whatever that is for you, you won't have and you're not eating shitty lunches, you won't have a 2 p.m. hangover, or I need a second half of the day, I need my second and third wind. Flip the switch on, the switch is on. That's it. That's the life I want you to live. Can you guys do that with me? Continue your energy. Wonderful. You guys ready for this one? The high producer mentality. Here's the 3 things you have to understand with the high production mentality. What I found. Number 1 is faster. Number 2 is bigger. Number 3 is better. Faster, bigger, better. Faster in the gym with your workouts. Don't go to the gym and waste your time and talk to every cute girl or cute dude. Get in and get out. Get your work done. I mean, if you want to, fine, I understand. Maybe make a day for it. Don't do it consistently. 1 year and 6 months. Elijah, are you on here? Yeah, he is right there. There he is. Elijah. If you guys want to reach out to Elijah, is. I think there's a few other of you on here too. I know Johnny Velotti's on it. Who else? Brennan Fletcher's on it. D's, what up, D? There he is, Mitch. Okay. It's Biscuiters. I wanted to share this with you. Okay, so faster. Jim, hit your gym. When you post cards, you'll get faster posting cards. Okay, the more you do it. All right. 1 year and 6 months. I want you to take your 1 year goal. Write this down, all of it. Your 1 year goal, what you want for money, personal, habits, a hobby, whatever that might look like for you. And I want you to take it, what it would be like in 1 year. And I want you to do it in 6 months. And we'll work on it. The rest of the 8 weeks, we're going to work on this. Here's how I know it works. Andy asked me for the 1 year goal. The business plan actually is what he asked me for. He goes, Sean, this is in May. He goes, Sean, I want my 1 year business plan. In your eyes, please. I want you to, now that you've been here with me, you know what a master closer seminars are like. You know what we're producing. You know the courses we're creating. We started the Facebook group. You understand the culture that I want, the love I have for car salesmen and women, our automotive sales pros, the passion that I have for these people. I want you to envision what our business will be like in 1 year. It's done. It took me 3 days and I wrote it out. I gave it to him. He went, no joke, he went like this. Okay, cool. How do you do it in 3 months? I'm like, man, you didn't even read that. I don't need to read it. I need you to think bigger. I'm like, man, I can't do that in 3 months. He goes, well, you can leave my company. Well, dude, I just moved out here, buddy. He goes, yeah, you need to think bigger. Okay. I need that done in 3 months. I'm like, Andy, he goes, dude, you do not say that it can't be done. Please don't say that ever again to me. If I would have listened to that bullshit when I started this company, we would be here, Sean. I said, okay. I did it in 2.5 months. A lot of hours, time blocked, mind's right. I had him with me. I had Randy and Jacqueline and my wife and support, right? I had him with me. He gave me the path. He gave me the vision. He showed me it could be done. And then I had to believe. I need you all to believe. I need you to believe your 1 year can be done. If you want to make 100 grand, we make 100 grand in 6 months. If you want to get an X amount of body shape, we do it in 6 months. It can be done. I've done it. And I did it with a company in the automotive industry helping you all. The craziest sons of bitches I've ever met. Right? So I know it can be done. But you got to do the work. You got to want it. You got to own it. And you got to put in the work. So that's faster, bigger, more sales, more leads, more money. Okay? We're going to teach you all that. The training gives you that, you guys. But you got to do the work. Okay? Train, Want more leads? Go back to the 0 to 100K course. Teaches you how to get leads. Don't tell me it doesn't, because I do it every day with new men and women coming into the business that are doing it. You don't have the 0 to 100K course? DM me. Okay? Invest in yourselves. But I'm telling you, we need more leads. We need more money. We're going to scale by selling more cars. That's bigger. 3, better. We're going to always strive to improve in our marriages, in our partnerships, as a person, as a man or woman, whatever you identify with. I had someone ask me that the other day. It's not fair that you say man or woman. Well, if any of you have a problem with me saying man or woman, just DM me, please. And then here we are, all areas of our life. This is a little bonus. You go bigger, faster, bigger, better. That's the areas of your life. Pick an area of your life that you truly want to hone in on for the next 90 days. We do the 90-day challenge, which Elijah is on. It's changed his life. It's changed his marriage. It's changed his sex life. It's changed his money. It's changed, sorry, bud, if I shouldn't have shared that. It's changed everything for him. Have you seen the man's before and after pictures? He's amazing. Absolutely amazing what this guy did by sticking to a 30-minute workout at his house. It's all body weight. It's push-ups, sit-ups, and planks. That's it. He stuck to the routine because I know it works, and I designed it with Andy for automotive sales pros that don't have time. But he committed to that area of his life. He looked and said, Sean, I'm fat and slow. I don't want to do this anymore. My wife deserves better. So we'll do the 90-day challenge and don't ever quit. He goes, what's that? I said, every day you get up for 90 days. Once he's done, he will move to phase 2 with me. Bryce Metcalf is not on today. Bryce Metcalf and about 60 others. We had 800. Think about this. 800 men and women sign up for this. 64 are still on it. The average won't do it. Proven, just won't. Okay. The one thing that I can help you do with your schedule is own your time blocking. Your calendar. Do you guys have a calendar, a digital calendar that you use, a Google calendar? Handwritten, I like that, Brandon. Okay, so time blocking is everything. How we do anything in our life is how we do everything. If you cut corners here or there, you're cutting corners in your life. That's just how it is. That's how it works, okay? If you're cutting corners in your life, you're cutting corners in your business. You're cutting corners in your marriage. You're cutting corners in your personal friendships, okay? You just are. There's no way you're not, okay? It doesn't work that way. Greatness doesn't give you a way out here nor there. So how you do anything is how you do everything in life. No procrastination. I want you to think about this, okay? No procrastination. There will never be a tomorrow that is worth waiting for, okay? Unless you're getting married. I'm serious. When people tell me, oh, I'll get to it. No. Stop. No one has great shit that is waiting till tomorrow or putting it off on the burner. And why are we even doing that? Can we get to the root of why we even do that? Why do we procrastinate? Garth Brooks said it best. Tomorrow, Garth Brooks, you know Garth Brooks? Tomorrow will never come? Yeah. Garth Brooks said that. Don't procrastinate. Okay. It's a terrible thing to get into. I've owned my procrastination. My wife will tell you. I was good at it. Stop. It will limit your capabilities and what you're able to achieve at a high level. You cannot procrastinate. It does. It's just. Here's another thing that happens too. When you procrastinate, consciously and subconsciously, you're telling yourself it's okay, but you're not taking fault. And that, my brothers and sisters, is rewiring for failure. Okay, it is. It's rewiring you for failure. So when you find yourself telling yourself, I'll do it later, Stop. Anchor it. I'll do it later. Stop right there and anchor right there. Own it. Why am I giving myself a way out on something I need to be doing? Okay, so ask yourself, why am I doing it? Do you want to know why? Because it's probably hard. Well, we just discussed earlier in the training, do the hard things first. So when you set your goals, you do the hard things first. That way, when procrastination, you get to number 28, 29, and 30 on the goal list, and you don't want to do it and you make yourself do it, it's easier to do. So do the hard things first. And when you find yourself telling yourself you're going to do it later, stop it, anchor it down, and then find out why. Okay? You're going to find out that it's hard. Find out that it's hard. You're procrastinating on the hard stuff. Do the hard stuff first and quit procrastinating. Okay? And what you're going to find, it leads to a great life. Because once you get that subconsciously and consciously in line, one, your confidence will go through the roof because you're owning your things, you're owning your faults, you're owning any maybe failures that you have through procrastination, and you're going to find yourself in a whole new light as the next elite men or women in your life. People start looking at you differently, and you will change the association you tell yourself every day. So own it, okay? And what we've learned, if it's hard to do, if it's hard to do now, it's going to be worse. It's going to be even harder to do later. So stop with the procrastination. When you find yourself saying, hey, I'm going to do this tomorrow, anchor it, stop, find out why, and make sure you do it. You got to do it. Posting cars, the talk you need to have with your wife, the time, we talk about time blocking at a very high level within this group. Own it, okay? But stop procrastinating. What time is it? We got time? Okay, we got enough time. If we don't, I wrote this down. If you don't do this, if you don't own this, you're only cheating yourself. Okay. I mean, I don't know how many of you are cheating yourselves right now. I cheated myself for a while, for years. It's just not something I'm a fan of anymore. This time in my life and what I've learned, I'm not here to skate by. I'm here to take ownership and run. I want that all for you as well. Okay. Anybody have any questions? We've got about 9 minutes left. I have a couple things that I want to go over. And then we'll get into it, but I will answer questions if you have questions. There's a bunch of chats I'll get back to, but does anybody have any questions right out of the gate? No?
Can you hear me, Sean? Do I do it on voice or do I put... Hey, it's Jake Harris. I just
What up, buddy?
Hey, man. The time blocking, do you have a specific course or class or something to go over the time block scheduling?
I'll do that next week. But yeah,
Awesome.
actually, you know what? I will put something together. I've been asked that multiple times now, and I just haven't done it. I will put something together. You know what I'll do is, who was at the seminar last month? Velati, Johnny Velati. Did you like the time blocking segment that I did? Okay. Here's what I'll do, Jake. Is I will clip the portion of the seminar last month that I did time blocking on, and I'll send it to you. Anybody else who wants it, DM me.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Welcome, big dog. Anybody else got a question? Because we're going to get into some homework soon. No, we're good. That's what I wanted to tell you. I left it out. About procrastination. I wrote this down. If you don't take ownership of what you expect yourself to do, you can't expect anybody in your life to do it. And it's like cheating yourself, because it's easier to run downhill than uphill. That's just physics, my brothers and sisters. So own it. You guys are all leaders in your own right. Whether you're leading yourself, you're leading your family, you're leaders. I know it. I've seen a lot of you grow and scale and do wonderful things. So I know what you're capable of. Time blocking and scheduling. Hustle. A lot of you hustle. I'll leave off with this, but a lot of us will hustle. That's great. Hustling will create momentum. Okay, hustling will create momentum, but it will not encourage lasting change. Okay, because hustling is just a form of winging. And I hustled for many years, and I thought I was doing great things. Hustling will create momentum, but without a schedule and time blocking, it's nothing more than winging it. I want y'all to hustle, but I got to get you to think different. Okay? A lot of you are hustlers, aren't you? Yeah, we all are. We're on this call together. Okay? But if you don't have it dialed down to what you're doing within the minutes in that hour with your schedule and your time blocking, winging it, just like your training. If you don't go all in on yourself with training, if you're not training 15 minutes a day, it's a real thing. I train 15 minutes a day. I do my reading. There's a lot of things that we do to be energy producers within the company. Okay, a lot. And I think you guys see it as we've grown and scaled together. You know, there's 360 people coming in March. I mean, can you freaking believe that, you guys? Last May, there was 21. Now think about that. You know what it costs to come to a seminar? The investment. Okay, it's not a cost. Be careful with my words. The investment. And then for our brothers and sisters to fly out, part ways from the dealership, come train. You are all different. You are different species of man and woman. You are the 1%ers. You're on this path with us. You're here self-sabotaging. Stop doing the things that are holding you back. I see greatness in you. I see my brother, Brandon Fletcher, the championship belt winner, my biggest skeptic today. My biggest skeptic. And I ain't coming to no seminar. I make $95,000 a year. What can you teach me? Well, ask him what he's making now. And ask him what's going on in his life. Interesting. So as we grow and scale together, okay, as we push ourselves to become elite, I got Trent Elrick. There's another one for you. This guy, you should see his battle plan. Okay, this guy invested in himself. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to discuss it. If you guys want to know what Trent did, reach out to him. Trent Elrick. He's all in. I know you're all in. There's different levels to this. I love you all. I care for you. Here's what I want you to do if you want to take on a homework challenge with me. 1 hour, just get up an hour earlier. Go to bed an hour later. Or earlier, later, but get up an hour earlier. Okay? Exercise 3 times a week. Okay, if you have to get up and just do, sit-ups off your knees, do a couple or push-ups off your knees, plank. I don't know what it looks like for you. Move your asses. Move. If you just get up and move, you'll be amazed what starts to happen with the blood flow in the brain. It's crazy. Just move. Just move, okay? And then create your time block and stick to it. And then last, let's work on the switch. When you turn it on, let's be on. When you shut it off, you're sleeping. Own this with me. Own this with Andy. We're going places. We love and care for you all. I mean, we're getting after it. You guys know how special this is. You see it. You see what we're doing, right? We don't talk about it. I'm humble. I don't talk about it, but you see what we're doing. You guys are the fuel for this company. Got an automotive sales trainer that said, hey, I'm going to build the greatest automotive salesmen and women in the world, and their success will be my success. And if they're not successful, I don't succeed. That's pretty nuts. Because of you all training hard, being relentless, being on here with me for an hour. My stories are your stories. Your success are my stories and your stories. We share stories and we share success and we go all in and we just become a relentless powerhouse of a tribe. We grow and scale together. I love it because I get you guys DMing me, hey, kick this guy out of the group. And I don't even question you anymore. I don't go find out what he did, what he said. I just kick him out of the group. In Car Sales Nation, I get DMs all day long. Sean, this person, kick him out. Done. You guys are watching that tribe closer than I watch the tribe now. And that's special. That boulder coming down the mountain, there's nothing stopping this now. We have you, our tribe members, that care for the training and our people and the mindset shift that's happening within this culture. We have GMs and owners saying, man, I ain't never seen anything like it. No one has because it doesn't exist. And I'd be hard pressed to find someone. I'm going to make a very naive comment, but I'm going to say it. I'd be very hard pressed to find anybody that comes along anytime soon and creates what Andy Elliott's created. He still picks up his phone at 2 a.m., you guys, to a brand new automotive sales pro 1 month in the business saying, I need help. He still picks up his phone. What? Who does that? That's how important you are to us. We love you. We care for you. We're going to rewire our minds and get paid what we're worth. If you guys need anything, DM me. I got you back for life. Let's go crush it today, my brothers and sisters. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Woo!
All right. Love you, Sean. Be safe, brother.
Love you too, big dog. You too. See ya.
Good stuff, Sean.
Thank you, my brother. I can't even shut it off yet. Where's it at? It's the internet, man. It's slowing me down.
Appreciate you, Sean.
Appreciate
Thank you
you,
so
big dog.
much.
Take care. Love you too, man. We'll see ya.
Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome,
being.
always. You guys be good. Actually, I won't shut it off. Say goodbye to everybody one at a time. Yeah, I won't shut down. But I'll see you guys later, okay? Be good. Smash it. I'm going to try to get home. I'm going to go home, work from
Bye,
home. If you guys
Sean.
need me, DM me.
Peace out,
Bye,
Sean.
everybody. Get later. Okay, yeah, I'll text you all my number right now. Put my
Better
number in
make
the
it to the
chat.
gym.
Oh, I'm going to the gym today. I didn't make it this morning. I couldn't get out of my garage. I had to shovel.
Peace out,
Yeah, put my
Sean.
number right there. Later, brother. Be good. Should be it.
Okay.